Doma Sports Talk worldwide with a little NBA news. Not even little news, big news. Best center in the NBA, DeMarcus Cousins, has been moved from the Sacramento Kings over to the New Orleans Pelicans. Yes, over there with the Brow. All right, with Anthony Davis. So you're gonna have a 4 and 5 position, probably the strongest front court in the league right away. Now, to the trade, it's the biggest trade. I wasn't going to talk about trades until they all happened, maybe a day after the trade deadline because things go down at the end. This didn't even go down at the end. This is an early trade of the best center in NBA. Seems like through the information you're getting and through the history of DeMarcus Cousins, they basically tried to unload him, and that's a shame. But that tells you something about, how he's been acting. And sometimes people get enough, no matter how good you are. At some point, people just got enough. Because Sacramento didn't even get much back for the guy, right? Tyreke Evans is the most significant name out of the three. Well, you got Buddy Hield and Langston Galloway with Tyreke Evans. That's all they got in return on a first-round pick, I think, a year or two, something like that. But definitely not enough for the best center in the league. I keep saying that. I mean, defensively, maybe not. But when you're talking about the total package, uh, this is a real good center. He can do everything on the floor, everything. Put the ball on the floor from the center position. Shoot threes, post up, left to right, makes free throws. So it's a good thing. Now he's going over there to New Orleans. It's the biggest trade in New Orleans history. That's why you got to say something about it. So they're ecstatic in New Orleans. They got their 3 games out. They got about 20-something games to see if they can even make the playoffs this year, which would be good in trying to keep DeMarcus there. Another thing good in New Orleans is, if DeMarcus, he obviously has some issues with handling himself, right? I think being around Anthony Davis is going to help that situation. Alvin Gentry is the coach, very experienced coach. What I'm hearing is a lot of players get along with him. He's going to probably try to smooth out some of these edges and integrating your boy Cousins into their culture. Speaking of culture, Sacramento was saying, hey, we're trying to just move forward and change the culture. What does that sound like to y'all? Change the culture. That's another way of saying, man, dude got on our damn nerves, right? So that's probably what this is more about than anything else, unfortunately. But for Cousins, maybe he can be playing for something a little bit more. Like I said, they're only 3 games out. Maybe he can make some kind of noise going forward this year instead of trying to wait for next year. Now, on that team, when you look at the roster, New Orleans, I'm talking about here, the 2 and 3 position, it's weak. Not trying to disrespect any players. They're all NBA players. Somebody might crystallize themselves. But after Drew Holiday, especially with Tyreke Evans gone, you're probably going to have a ball handler problem over there. And so I'm thinking probably what they're trying to probably do here is they're probably going to let Anthony Davis take over a little bit more ball handling responsibilities. It's probably the only thing you could do when you're trying to have a short fix, a little quick fix here going on. What can you do, to help this ball handling and ball distributing, stuff like that. And I think Anthony Davis can do so, especially if you got Boogie down low, man in the paint on the offensive side. You don't have to be there so much. So let's see what they're going to do. It is going to be chemistry issues, especially if you're trying to make the playoffs this year and only got 20 games to do it. Good luck with that. But like I say, the trade deadline is not even over yet. Only reason I'm mentioning this one is because it's DeMarcus Cousins. That's why. When you're talking the best center in the NBA, then you got to follow that. But this is huge. And like I say, it's the biggest trade in New Orleans history. So I think everybody's happy. Maybe Sacramento's not so happy, but something has happened to where they made a deal like this, not even at the end of the trade deadline where they can get the best deal. So it's something that went down. None of our damn business, though. At the end of the day, we know DeMarcus Cousins is in New Orleans, so that's going to make it interesting to watch those games the rest of the season. Let's check that out. Dome with Sports Talk Worldwide, and I'm out of here.